got like, you got Bankhead, you got the Bluff, you got Techwood, you have Mechanicsville, you got Pittsburgh. It's all in the same area. It's super deep.
Yeah.
But when you get to Stone Mountain, you might have one or two areas that's I mean, the cab is all us, but when you want to talk about them areas, like the real deal ones, you got this one over here and a couple more other ones. But it's weird now because, you know what I'm saying, they blew up everything, tore down all the houses, so everybody came to the Cab County. So now it's just like everywhere in the Cab pocket. Yeah, man. Even Rockdale started to get more turned up. Like, and it's like the only time it happened. Like one whole specific neighborhood moved to the whole county.
Wow.
So that part of the town was ruled by, like, I'm just gonna call it, like, they wanted in Atlanta. So when they went out there, they was breaking niggas' traps, beefing and all that. Everybody getting down with them. So now it's like everything east of Atlanta is like it's hit or miss. You don't know where it's gonna happen at. I was looking up it's off a street called Moore's Mill. Like in Buckhead. You go to Atlanta Research Center. So I went there to go research I forgot. I was trying to find architecture. And so what's dude's name who came out here and burned down Atlanta? Sherman Williams?
Yeah, Williams T. Sherman.
Yeah. So come to find out, I was like, why is this dude's middle name Tecumseh out of everything? Why would you, and that's not too far removed from the real Tecumseh.
Right.
They can't do fucking shit up for them. So come to find out, William Sherman Tecumseh was adopted in Ohio from his parents and then baptized, and they gave him the name William. His original name was Tecumseh.
Right.
So, and then they raised him up to fight the quote-unquote Indians. Feel me? So to me,
He was an Indian.
Exactly. So they took this baby away from his real people and made him go kill his own people.
That's what they do. That's how they do it.
I got a picture of it on my phone. They had this thing called the Atlanta Journal-Constitution or Atlanta something, where they used to write about history and facts and all this. And they had one pamphlet or magazine dedicated to William Tecumseh Sherman. The picture they had looked like a Puerto Rican nigga.
Yeah, that's what they did, bro. That's what that Creek Civil War was about.
Yeah.
All them niggas killed each other. They was, their daddies was cracking. They was,
the red sticks. I was like,
red stick.
I'm like, bro, this nigga, a dark-skinned nigga, bro. So I'm like, why would they use this man for the cover for William? And then he got on his ring. I think got a star and a crescent on it or something like that. On some weird shit. I got it on my phone. I gotta find it again. Yeah. So my neighborhood is called Shermantown. That wasn't like a specific name. It was like a title that you would give a neighborhood that got burned down by him. So there was a bunch of Shermantowns around Atlanta, but this is just the last surviving one.
So he was getting busy.
That nigga was getting busy. But the thing I found out next was they invited this nigga back to the city 2 years later or a year later after he smashed on everything. So I'm like, why would y'all invite this nigga back if y'all don't fuck with him?
Right.
So the nigga, it was at a hotel owned by this dude named Hannibal in Atlanta. But he bought it from somebody else. Now this is like in 1860 something. So he would have had to buy this shit 1830 and after, because before that this was all creek land. So basically there wasn't no way possible that these niggas could have built this shit.
Right, so we're already there.
Man, that shit looked crazy. It looked like a giant castle slash mosque.
Like how they try to do that Fox, the Fox.
Yeah.
Where is that? The hotel? It's here?
They tore it down to build a parking lot for fucking Georgia State.
Oh man.
Exactly. So now, here's the thing. They invited this nigga there. They invited this nigga who just burnt down the city. And then they invited the nigga who killed Lincoln, his brother. So I'm like, bro, y'all
was an actor. The boy was an actor at that Fox Theater.
Still, like, bro, why would y'all invite two ops? You know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all really on? You feel me? So it's like y'all niggas on shady business. And I think they did another event at Piedmont Park. If you look up the Atlanta Cotton Exposition, it's like the World's Fair down here. There was pyramids in Piedmont Park, castles, all that type of shit. And that was Piedmont Park was its own city. It didn't become Atlanta until like later on.
Wow.
So when Booker T. Washington was down.
Yeah. So it wasn't even like when William Sherman came through, they said he burned down Atlanta. that nigga might have burned down like 2 or 3 miles. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta wasn't that big. So I'm looking up, just looking up historical facts about Atlanta now, because Atlanta ran into like some crazy shit. So it was talking about Snake Nation in Atlanta, and how they was running things on the low. So I'm like, what the fuck is Snake Nation? Because they had something called the Free and Rowdy Party. So the Free and Rowdy Party was running in Atlanta. They wasn't letting no outsiders come through and set up shop. But they was regulated. They was calling them slums and shit like that. Basically, they had these niggas in the hood, and they was running things, breaking people out of prison, getting their people right. So this dude named Jonathan Norcross was running the Puritan Party. And basically at the end, he was like, they held him as a hero because he pushed all the Snake Nation out. Now when they told the story about how they pushed him out, he said him and his band snuck into Snake Nation's neighborhood in hoods and cloaks, drug out the men, beat them, and set their houses on fire, and pushed them to a part of town then known as Decatur.
Man.
And I was like, bro, that sounds like the beginning of the Klan and some other shit.
Right.
But these niggas was in political power.
The Snake Nation or the Puritans?
The Snake Nation. Snake Nation was running shit up until they came through.
Right.
And they didn't even win. These niggas just really strong on them. And you know, Norcross is a big ass city in Gwinnett.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, you naming cities after these niggas, bro. That sounds like some terrorist shit.
Very much.
I don't even know if you can see this shit from the top of the. Oh, you there?
Right.
Then they say this shit, I'm reading up on it, they're saying this shit is granted, this shit, all this shit erupted from the earth when North Africa and North America collided.
Oh. Okay, and when was that? Like,
Right, what the fuck? That shit too crazy, bro. Nigga really I don't know, this shit just crazy. No, this shit really hostile. Like, they're really on some real squad and shit, bro.
Yeah. We still on all I swear, bro, sometimes.
We on some civilian shit.
we on some sleep.
Our ancestors be looking out like, bro, y'all niggas still fighting?
Right.
Y'all don't need to be fighting no more.
Yeah.
You gotta get the words right.
Ain't
Jurisdiction right.
Wow.
We just gonna ride. If y'all wanna stop somewhere, just tell me to stop.
They be trying to really confuse it, though. Really confuse it. It ain't hard to do it. You know what I'm saying? Let a few generations die off and change the whole curriculum. Niggas like good and lost. Confused.
And don't care.